movie number 1579 is Send Help. Send Help is a 2026 movie directed by Sam Raimi. So this movie is from 20th Century Studios, and I saw this movie on February 11th, 2026 at AMC West Chester 18 in West Chester, Ohio. So, Send Help is a movie that stars Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien. And the first part of the movie is something that a lot of people can relate to. Working for a company with a terrible boss. So, this movie has a woman and her overbearing boss who becomes stranded on a deserted island after a plane crash. They must overcome past grievances and work together to survive, but ultimately, it's a battle of wills and wits to make it out alive. So, it's a little like Castaway, except that instead of one person on the island, it's two. And unfortunately, it's people that they don't like each other. So in this movie, we see Rachel McAdams as Linda Riddle, and Dylan O'Brien as Bradley Preston. Linda is a strategist from a financial management company. She is in the planning and strategy department, and she is looking for a promotion, as this was promised by the company's previous CEO. That CEO is no longer with the company, and the son, Bradley Preston, is the newly appointed CEO. And so Bradley's father, who was the previous CEO, promised Linda that she would get a promotion. Unfortunately, Bradley sees no value in Linda, and he does not give her any promotion whatsoever. However, there was a merger in Bangkok coming up, and he reluctantly decides to bring Linda along. Linda is very smart, and Bradley does not see that in her. However, things start to take a turn for the worse when they have a plane crash, and they are the only survivors of the plane crash. Linda makes it to the island first, and Bradley makes it there unconscious. When Bradley wakes up, Linda informs him of what happened. Of course, Bradley, still being the terrible boss, demands to be rescued and asks Linda if she made any plans. Basically, all Linda was doing was trying to keep them alive. And the thing about it is, despite them being on a deserted island, Bradley was still trying to be the big boss. And Linda is like, we are not at the office anymore. So what starts out as an employee and CEO from a company suddenly becomes two people being stranded on an island. They are not in the office anymore. They are away from their homes. And now it's Linda's turn to be a little bit of a terrible boss. Of course, she might be nicer to some parts, but not all the parts. So basically, this is a survival movie about two people who are trying to get off the island without killing each other. And I kind of like how this is a little calmer for Bradley, who treated Linda horribly. Of course, Linda might do the same thing, or she may have plans of her own. Of course, Bradley may still try to get the upper hand in this situation, and maybe try to outsmart Linda. But Linda is a strategist. And let's just say it's not just numbers and planning that she has a main focus on. Let's just say that she also knows a little bit about survival, which may come in handy in this situation. Oh, this was really good. I definitely enjoyed it. So this movie also has Edel Ismail as Zoe, who is Bradley's fiancée, Xavier Samuel as Donovan Murphy, who is a former frat brother of Bradley's, Chris Payne as Chase, who is one of Bradley's inner circle, Dennis Haysbert as Franklin, who is a senior executive at Bradley's firm, who is on good terms with Linda. Finniff Warakinuikorov portrays the boat captain who aids Surrey. Emma Ramey portrays River, who is Linda's co-worker. Christy Best portrays Polly Pereira, who is a reporter. And Bruce Campbell portrays photographic cameos as Bradley's unnamed father. So Bruce Campbell has cameoed in several of Sam Raimi's movies, including the Spider-Man trilogy and Doctor Strange 2. So it's nicer for him to have a cameo in this movie as well. But yeah, this is a pretty good movie. It's a little like Castaway, but there's a little bit more suspense and thriller in this movie. But yeah, this was pretty good. Now, what Linda does, I can definitely understand her reasoning, but it might be a little more far than what Bradley would have done. At specific times, though. But anyway, it's definitely a suspenseful movie. It's R-rated, and I like how Sam Raimi definitely went back to a little bit of his horror roots. Yeah, it's pretty good. So that's my movie review of Send Help, or Movie Talk to Send Help. Please tune in for this movie talk. Alright, goodbye.